Hey guys, hey, welcome back to Two Drunk Aliens, man. We've had a little bit of break. I'm Scott Miller. That's Ash White.
Scotty, how are you, brother? It's good to be back.
It's good to be back, man.
We've had a bit of a break. We've had 3 weeks off from the normal Friday night, which
Yeah,
has been unusual. We did the original 6, which was back to back to back to back to back to back. So that was that was pretty crazy. How have you been, man?
Good, man. It's been really good. Like, finally, Adelaide's starting to get a bit of spring weather. So I've actually got a short sleeve shirt on and I got some shorts on, which is really good. How about yourself?
Wallaroo, Murray Bridge. Yeah, we've been out and about. We've been still getting beat up everywhere, and but we're doing our best. We're trying to work real hard with all the guys out there and the carpenters and the builders, and we're trying to do our best. But it's a lot of work, and you take your foot off for a second, Scotty, and you get beat up real
Oh,
bad.
hell yeah, you do.
What about yourself? What have you been cooking? That's probably been the biggest thing since I haven't seen you. You must have had some quality meal.
A quality meal? No, not really, Ash, man. Like, I've been out there chasing Bigfoot. You can see the beard. Like, the wife hates the beard, but no, it's just been it's been a long 3 weeks, Ash, man. It's good to be back.
All right. Bigfoot, where have you been to chase
I
Bigfoot?
don't want to say that, Ash, man. I've got to keep that for further episodes.
So it's been in the Adelaide Hills somewhere, or
Yeah, it has.
I'll tell you a little story. We were doing a big house down at Hindmarsh Island, Scotty, where
Nice.
You're off the map down there. It's pretty cool, and we'd been down there all day, big day, and I thought I'll come back via Chain of Ponds just to see how the water's going, and
The windy road of Chain of Ponds.
and the water's full. We've got lots of water ready for El Nino or whatever's about to happen to us, but this day was a Wednesday, Scotty, and I got back, and it was a fair drive, and I needed a whiz when I got down past the gully there, and I thought, oh, by the time I get out the car, I'll be necking. So I'd got out the car, back the car, and got out the back and had a whiz, and I heard the truck rock up to pick up all the recyclable stuff.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so you know how tall my fence is out the front.
It's a big fence.
I don't stand too tall either, so I can sort of hide a little bit there having a whiz. And I heard this guy rock up with his truck. He's picked up the first yellow lidded bin, which we only put out one. The other bin we put out is a private bin, which is not a green bin. It's a grey bin with a yellowed lid.
Yeah.
Now, this guy's had a bit of brain feed. He's gone another 3 meters up, and he's picked up the green waste and he's bumped it into his, and he's gone off he's blown his bag, right?
Oh, he's not good.
So I'm still having a whiz out the front, trying to keep as low as my head could keep under the fence.
Ashman's got his penis in his hand looking at him. Yeah,
And
good job.
This guy's gone off his trump. Like, Mandy's down the back. Mandy's heard him go off from the front yard, and she's right down the back.
Yeah, that's a long way.
I've still got half a whiz left, so I'm sort of trying to shrink my head. And this guy's gone off the planet. Like, he's lost his shit big time, which was it was awkward. I didn't know. I wanted to hide, and then he got eye contact with me.
Oh, with your penis in your hand, he's made eye contact.
And I thought, well, where do I go from here? You know, so I've stared at him back, and he's looked at me and he said, "No green waste in the yellow lids." And I thought, oh, I'm not going to have a big confrontation with this guy.
Of course not.
He was angry.
You've got your doodle in your hand.
And he had made a mistake that he'd picked up a grey bin instead of a green bin. And anyway, cut long story short, that was such a big event for me. I just got back. It was just amazing, Scotty. It was just off the record.
Angry people, Ashman.
I wasn't ready for it, but it was something that week that I had something to talk to you about.
Nice.
The other one that I did want to talk about was as we all know, my mum died not long ago.
Yeah.
And at the memorial, we had a card, and on the card was a picture of her beautiful face and that.
Of course.
And anyway, one of the brothers is out there with his partner, and he's gone upstairs, and he said, "Come on, Mum, we're going up the top to do some paperwork." So he's put the picture of the memorial out there on just alongside of a candle.
Yep.
And he's 12, 15 millimeters away from the actual candle burning.
Okay.
So anyway, time's gone on. He said, right, Mum, it's time for bed. So he's cheekily gone, and the candle's blown out.
Oh, no.
The candle's blown
Ashman, no.
out.
Oh, no.
And he said he didn't even blow a breath. It was all tongue in cheek.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's gone back to check that the wick was still, burnable, which it was. So he couldn't put it to bed, which was amazing. So that's been my little bit in the last couple of weeks. What about yourself?
No, nothing at all, Ash, man. Like, I've had a really cool, obviously, with my son and stuff. I've just, I've been relaxing, Ash, man. As I say, chasing Bigfoot, and it's been pretty cool, Ash, man. It was a good break, but a long break.
Well, the 3 weeks went on for a bit, didn't it? But
it was a long 3 weeks.
Look at the weather now.
Thank God.
We're lucky enough. I did spend a bit of time with Mandy last weekend while the weather was good, and we went down and put a fire pit of all things down the back there.
Yeah, I saw the photos. It looks friggin' cool. I think we're going to get a lot of beers down there, Ash. Sorry, Mandy. I think we're going to get a lot of beers down there.
We've got Old Bathurst coming up as well. So
of course. Of course.
We had to try to...
For our international viewers... That's a big race in Australia. If you like racing cars, check out Bathurst.
It's only second to Anzac Day, isn't it? It's a big day.
Huge, man, huge, absolutely huge.
But what else has been going in the alien world?
Right, now here we go. This is going to go
quiet, isn't it?
No, I'm not going to swear, but this is one of the biggest weeks, I think, like internationally. Like, it's hilarious, man. Like, you saw the Tic Tacs, and they got a bit of press. But there's something that's gone on down in old Mexico, Ash, man, where in the Mexican Congress, Jamie, God, I mucked his name up.
Did you get it right? Come on.
No,
come
Jamie.
On, find it.
Jamie. I always say Manson, but it's not Manson. But anyway, I'll find it in the second hour for you guys. But this guy has gone on front of Mexican Congress and wheeled out 2 alien bodies, Ash, man.
In a casket, weren't they?
Very small casket, Ash, man. Very small casket. But is this the real thing, Ash, man? Or are we going to put our tin caps on and, tin foil hats on and say...
Once again, it's gone to Congress, hasn't it?
Congress. This is Mexican Congress, mate. This guy's wheeled out 2 caskets, and the memes in the world, and I saw it on Sunrise, I saw it on all the Australian media. The Tic Tacs didn't make the Australian media. This is made worldwide media, dude. This guy wheeling out from Peru, from anywhere from, if you listen to the data, 750 to 1,000 years ago. These tiny, I was going to get some pictures, but I didn't get time today. Aliens. And I heard one of the guys said to me today, Steven Spielberg will be upset because it looks exactly like E.T. But
they're fairly small, aren't they?
My God, Ash, man.
Would you ever go at them if they're standing at the front door?
Ash, man, I'm telling you right now, if that's what's invading us, I'm getting a bit confident, Ash, man. But the funniest thing is, to me, what if it's real, Ash, man?
Well, look, they got a bit of a flat face, haven't they? They're fairly unattractive.
Yeah, they got the long hair, the little skinny bodies. And they turned around and said they got they got them carbon dated, and they're saying anywhere from 750 to 1,000 years ago.
Yep.
And they said somehow they got DNA, and they said 70% of the DNA is human and 30% of the DNA is unknown. They X-rayed these little things, and trust me, if you want to go and watch, they put this on, they are tiny. And apparently one of them had eggs. So
that's correct.
Alien eggs. So,
well, you're talking, I believe we're still talking about the guy down in Mexico. This is the guy that actually had one and drove around with.
Oh, no. This Mexican guy. I want to get into that because that makes me laugh even more. And another one, when they X-rayed it, had a metal thing in their chest.
I did hear that, Scotty.
And they cannot tell what that actual metal was. Ashman's jumping on his phone to try to check it.
No, there was a fan.
But they checked it on.
Fan on.
Okay. But they had this thing in the chest. So these two things, I'm not going to say they're aliens, dude, because I want to believe, and everybody that watches this and anybody that knows me, I want to believe so bad.
Sure.
So bad, Ashman. But these two, one's got eggs and the other thing's got some sort of metal thing in its chest. And this guy in front of Congress has wheeled these things out in these little caskets, Ashman.
Has this guy been done for some sort of pranking before?
Not pranking, but he brought something up, and I tried to Google this, and there's a lot out there on him, and he got disproved on something else he didn't believe. But it's not a bad thing. Like he believed, like me and you try to believe in something. He believed in something, and he brought it up, but it was found to be not true.
Okay.
But he wasn't trying to
mislead or
yeah. So this guy's been I went on to him, and he's been a journalist since 1970. He started getting into the alien things around about 1990, and he classifies himself as a ufologist, which I think me and you now can we say, hey, we're ufologists. So you've
use it, yeah.
You've done some amazing stuff that's hopefully going to come out in the next few weeks about the Greenworth landing, and we're trying to find out where it landed and all that sort of stuff. So I believe Ashman, not myself, but Ashman's a ufologist.
I think too, we've had a little bit of negative on that one. That one's been pushed back now.
Oh yeah, but
just at the moment,
we're gonna still investigate it, and we're still gonna try to find out. Like, even though they might not want to come on and all that sort of stuff, but we want to try to find it. I want to take the old camera out and try to find out where it landed and stuff. But getting back onto the Mexican thing, I'm in two minds right now, Ashman. Right, the one mind, when David Grush came on to the big US Senate and sat down with the pilots and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I said on this podcast, I just want to see a body. Like he said, there's 14.
You did get your wish though, didn't you? You did. Yes. You didn't get one alien. You got
I got two. I got two. So
you put them together.
Do I win my bet? Do I win my bet now?
Well, look, that's
do I get my bottle?
Look, it's in a.
Come on, Ash, man.
It's in another country, but I believe you're entitled not to buy this other guy a drink.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I believe you did see something.
But what I'm saying is, when we saw the US sitting, right, when they went in front of Congress, you had David Graver, the pilots Thrush, and all that sort of stuff, doing all this stuff. Everybody's turned around and said, okay, he talked to people, but he hasn't seen anything. So we go to the Mexican Congress, and they wheel out two friggin' aliens, Ashman. Well, isn't that what we wanted?
I think for your sake, you win the bet, mate. Like I thought in my lifetime, and George Knapp's that I backed him to the hilt that we wouldn't see anything. Now, if they're carbon dated to be X amount old, how can you argue?
But isn't that what we wanted, alien people? Like, isn't that what we wanted? Isn't that exactly what we wanted? The US Congress thing was they wanted to go in. What was that stupid thing? They wanted to go into the
quiet chambers,
the
skiffs.
The skiff. Say, I can't talk. I want to go on the skiff. This guy, and I'm going to Google in a minute to find this guy, Jamie. Manson keeps on coming in my head, but Jamie, he wheels out two friggin' aliens, Ashman. Surely this is what we've all wanted.
Yeah, well, I think to be fair, to pay the ferryman in regards to your bet, I think you're pretty close to
what we said about the
aliens. You've got aliens.
He wheeled them out in two very small coffins or caskets, very small, but that's what we wanted, people. Everybody in this space wanted them to wheel something out. Like Grush, he spoke to and interviewed 40 whatever people he went. He knows where the bodies are. He knows where the crash sources are. And the big thing, Ashman, he was at that meeting.
That's right.
He was sitting front row. So is this one of the people that he interviewed and they said, hey, this is the aliens.
I think you've got enough evidence. Look, you've got a little bit of time now while they do the testing.
Come on, Ash, man.
This is better than where you were 3 weeks ago.
Oh, Ash, man.
And I'm glad.
You 3 weeks ago said to me, I'm over it. I don't believe in it. And then you saw your little orbs.
Scotty, and I'm going to say it to the crowd as well. All right. You won the bet. You won the bet.
Ashman's found some new technology with the system. But what we're saying is we wanted some evidence. And they've gone to Mexican Congo, which we had a talk during the week when we first heard about this. And you turned and said it was really good that it wasn't America again bringing this. It was another.
Sure.
It was another country saying, "Hey, shit, we've got stuff."
Yeah.
And I think that was very important. And when you said that, I kind of whatever. I didn't quite understand what you were trying to say, but I agree. So that's another country saying, "Hey, we've got this." But this dude wheeled out 2 friggin' aliens.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, like I'll be honest right now. I'm probably even though I believe everything, I think I'm 60-40. There's still that little doubt that he just went to the, what do they call when you used to do paper mache shop and and done, and it looks a lot like the original ET.
It's got a fairly good sort of like one of these bones here called it.
I don't know.
And it's got a flat face. It's fairly ugly. And
yeah. And I'm sorry if that's walking up to me. I'm kicking that thing's ass.
I'm not sure how the eggs were fertilised either, mate.
Yeah.
Being that ugly, but somehow
But you know what I mean? Like that's what we've always wanted. Surely, Ashman. Surely.
Yeah, well, once again, like in sort of closing this first half out shortly,
yeah.
Scotty,
And I think we're going to talk about this more in the second half.
I do think that you've won your bet. I really do think you've done it.
I think it has to be close at least.
I reckon you've done very well.
Until that's found not to be true. Like this is not the American Congress, but these guys went under oath, put the hand up. I'm not sure what the Mexican oath is. But they went up there and did all that sort of stuff, and 2 aliens, dude.
Yeah, no, congrats to you. I think that you've won the bet. Now I'm in on the bet. I think I've got to add a little bit to it. Like I think
so, dude. All right.
So it's going to cost me a little bit.
All right, I reckon that's our first 20 done, dude.
Scotty, we'll shut it down and we'll have our first little break. And
go having a beer. And
good to see you, buddy. It's
been great to be back, Ash.
It's been a few weeks, and
thanks to everybody out there asking where we were and stuff, man. That was awesome. I really appreciate the kind words.
Good on you, Scotty. We'll be back in a couple.
Done. Hey guys, welcome back to. Hey, there you go. Welcome back to session 2.
Scotty, the legends are back. How good's that?
Hey, I just want to shout out a quick one to Arto Print, to Rusty and Clarence, man. You guys are doing well. Man, I love my T-shirts. I'm getting such great feedback from them.
Scotty,
you guys are fucking amazing.
Their cotton is unbelievable.
That was the first F-banger I dropped tonight, Ash, man. I said I wasn't going to drop one, but I just dropped one.
No, they're a good bunch of fellas down there.
Out there at Theberton?
Yeah, Theberton, West Street, I think it's called. The one that comes
doing a great job, dude. As I say, man, hey, go get your 2 Drunk Aliens shirts. It's fantastic.
Man,
and also do
SOS Safety Signs.
Yeah, Jace, big Jace out there, mate.
Jason,
hey, thanks, guys.
They keep doing all the signs for us and
amazing
stickers and everything
amazing
else.
Job. They make us look so good.
Get your safety signs done there. Give Big Jace a call and his lads there working as well. So
nice.
Get down there and get looked after a bit of good old wholesome South Australian business. So all good. Scotty,
support SA.
I still think you're in big trouble, Scotty. With
in what way, mate?
With your bet,
you just said I won it, Ashman.
I just don't think
all right, here we go.
You're really gonna get the cheese. Look, I'm concerned about the plaster of Paris look about it. I know she's got 3 eggs, and I know the guy hasn't got a jaw that moves. No hint of a vagina. I'm not sure how those things have even got in there.
Yeah, Ashman, it's out there, dude. Hey, look, I'm gonna go the opposite. I actually believe that they've rocked out 2 aliens. The only concern I've got is how damn small those little aliens are, Ashman. But hey, they've been carbon dated. They've been
Carbon dated. They're only 2 foot together.
and carbon dated for 750 to 1,000 years. And the way I look at it, we can remember the what was the soldier Ashman? I think it was the Brazilian thing where he carried the alien around.
Yes, sir. Yep, yeah. That
And then
was the Jamie Foxx story.
Yeah,
The phenomenon. Yep.
Yeah, and then he passed away with some unknown
Related
disease or
yeah, it
bacteria or something like that. I always turned around and thought, like, how the hell is this guy for 8 hours running around carrying,
alien.
an alien? But I'm not trying to name people who are fat, but I couldn't carry myself around for 8 hours. So if this guy in Brazil, the aliens crashed and there was 3 or 4 of them running around, I think that was the report, and he picked up that, he could carry that around. He could put it in his friggin' backpack, Ashman.
Scotty, I've got a real buddy at work, young Vinny.
He's carried an alien.
He is fresh from Brazil, and he's probably on the beat already, knowing what's real and what's not. But Scotty, it just doesn't quite add up to me. I don't know. Plaster of Paris. I don't know how it can have eggs in its tummy. It's,
But it's the first thing, Ashman. This is what I'm trying to say to everybody. Like,
you've got to convey that to the bat guy too, as well.
Dude, trust me, I sent him a lot of stuff today.
Probably out of courtesy, he should take one back for the team that it's 1-1.
Thank you very much. Ashman loves that button, eh? He loves that button.
It's the only time someone's cheered at me, mate. That's really good.
But the thing I'm trying to say is, Ashman, like, the way I believe it, right? We're saying we need something, right? So this guy's willed out 2 aliens. Let's just say 110%. It's true. Like, that's the first step. So you said to me on the phone the other day, you turned around and said, well, Scotty, is there any other countries that might come out with their Congress and turn around and say, look, we've got evidence. We've got something that maybe are going to provide aliens. Is Australia hiding stuff? Is England hiding stuff? Who's hiding stuff, Ashman?
There must be a lot. There's 171 countries or whatever in the world. Chile. You've got
Brazil, like we just talked about the dude that died in Brazil.
There is so many countries there. Russia's the big one. Like, Russia is the biggest country.
Russia and China. And China, yeah. Like, and the last weaponized podcast, they turned around and they were talking about like stuff coming out of Russia, stuff coming out of China, and all that sort of stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, Ashman, like, we sit here and I'm repeating myself time and time again. We sit here and bitch about stuff that we don't know.
Yes.
And we say we want stuff to be... well, they willed out 2 friggin' aliens to us.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you have a look at the Tic Tac. Like, the Tic Tac's too... maybe those little aliens can sit in a Tic Tac.
But I still believe the Tic Tac, Scotty, is...
a drone?
It's a lot longer than we all think. If we had 2 or 3 cars together, that's the size of the Tic Tac.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's a really good point. Actually.
Yeah, it's
that's
not just a little tablet size thing.
A little drone.
I know those guys are little, and hey, look, Scotty, I hope that one day you get to see the big greys and the big guys, because.
Well, that's the other thing,
little
Ashman.
plaster of Paris guys aren't going to threaten too much, are they?
But that's the thing. We spoke. They believe there are 5 different aliens that have landed on Earth. You got the little greys, the big whites. Where do these guys fit into that, Ashman?
I don't know. I really don't know where they fit in. Sorry, I just get a text there. But no, I don't know. I don't know.
Because we spoke about that, yeah? We spoke about like the 5 different aliens that they believe are on Earth.
Sure.
And like, we talk about the little greys that everybody knows, the little dudes with no appendage that Ashman's always fascinated about, that they don't have doodles or vaginas. Then you got the tall whites that look like us.
That's right.
And like, is these little guys part of that 5?
Look, they've certainly come in at the other end, Scotty. Like in regards to looking after your bet, they have come in very, very short, just a little bit short, but they might pack a punch.
Hey, that's very good. Very short. That's very good. That's very
a lot
good.
of small dogs.
Big bite.
Yeah.
Don't judge the dog in the fight.
But like even looking at the Brown incident that we touched on lightly earlier, Scotty, that one's not put to bed yet, and I know there's a couple of hurdles for us to still get over on that one. And
that one really interests me, Ash, man, because that's close to home. It's obviously South Australia, and it's obviously close to where we both live.
And I'm still talking to Mr. Brown about it. It's a real incident. It has happened. Just at the moment, we can't line up anybody to talk about it. So there's a little bit of stigma still with it.
Oh, I love it,
and
Ashman.
we're not gonna go anywhere near it until such time those guys are comfortable to talk about it.
Sure.
But
by the way, I think that's the first time I said sure, so I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I that one fascinates me. I'd love to know where it was so we can get out there and have a look to see, and obviously Greenworth and everything is taken off, and back in the day that it was sighted, it was all still farmland, and it was still Greenworth was still growing.
Sure.
But we still got the motorcycle track out there and stuff. So there's still a lot of land in Greenworth where, I just love to know so we could go out and have a look, and maybe again, if anybody's out there in South Australia that knows of this story or another story, just contact Ashman. Ashman puts his mobile number out there, so you can reach out and speak to Ashman about it. And we don't need to use your names or anything like that. We just want to hear your stories, man. I'm passionate about this subject. Ashman's sometimes passionate, and then sometimes gets very negative on it with us because he's the true voice of the program. But yeah, just let us know, dude. Let us know what you've seen, or because I'd love it. That'd be nothing better for us if we can get as we said, like there's American Congress, and then we got the Mexican Congress. If we could find something local, we could stir this whole thing up, Ashman, where we could talk about this. And
Scotty,
and you've seen things.
Yeah, look, there's been more and more lately than I've ever seen in my life, and I don't know whether it's that you're seeing it in a different consciousness. And I do put a bit of time into that with the younger bro, but look, the US has shut everything down. They've knocked the Senate's to bed. There won't be any more hearings, as we've been told. Our boys offline need to know.
Everything's gone
quiet. So everything's been pushed back. George Knapp's gone quiet. Jeremy Corbell's gone quiet. Everybody is either.
And I was wondering, maybe Ashman, because they knew this was coming out this week.
You did talk about it, and this might be the big thing you were talking about.
Yeah, and they knew this was coming out, so they didn't want to jump in front of it. It'd be interesting in the next couple of days, or maybe next week, when those guys come out of their little bubble and start talking about it. But I truly believe that those guys, if David Grush is there, Jeremy and the other boys in Weaponized, they know
they'll be there somewhere.
Yes, and maybe they didn't want to put anything out to get in front of this story. And I think all bullshit aside, and I think I've won my bet, but all bullshit aside, I think this is a huge story, man. If this becomes true, like this is the first time we've seen alien bodies, dude. Forget the paper mache, forget all that sort of stuff. If this is the first time we've seen an alien body,
who is the next country that comes out, Scotty?
I'm excited, dude. Like I'm truly excited.
I'm excited to see that everybody plays a part, because rather than just bang on the US thing that, there's UFOs in America, rah,
Sure.
rah, rah. Everybody that's got a nuke has got a UFO story.
Yeah,
Let's
true.
start to now, look, if all the countries get together, and you heard all the boys, George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, say, if everybody put their voice in, we would be sold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So if the next country comes on, and it might be Chile, it might be, who knows? I'd love Russia to come out. I'd love one of the big stories to come out from there and say, our program is better than everybody else's. I reckon Russia's got so many stories to tell. China, to me,
China will never come out, dude. Like, we know that.
China would be masked either way. You wouldn't even know what's right or wrong. But at the end of the day,
For all we know, China's got aliens walking around amongst them, dude.
but you want Switzerland, you want European companies to
Everybody
come out and say, hey, like, go to the UK, go back to the UK. And you got the UK guy, I forget his name, with the beautiful hair. He's been there. He was there with them for, like, right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Excuse me that I've forgotten his name. It will come back to me. But he pushes how much the UK is hit by UFOs.
Yeah.
There's just so much there. There's so much there. But
all over the world.
So many American air bases there.
Yes.
And nukes. There's so many stuff.
Yeah. But hopefully, if this is the first step, and I'm really excited. I didn't want to over push it in the beginning of the show and all that sort of stuff, but I'm so damn friggin', I nearly dropped the F-bomb again.
I think
so friggin' excited.
I think it'll go feral, Scotty. I'll back you on that one.
If this is true, like as long as it's not a huge hoax where we're being misled, but if this is the first country, because you got to understand, like when the Tic Tac, as I said before, when the Tic Tac came off, it didn't make news. Like if you go through all the major outlets in the world spoke about this story, whether they're mocking it and having fun with it, and which a lot of I clicked on the stuff. Sunrise, there was a great, I think it was USA America and all that sort of stuff. They're all taking the pee out of it. Like they're having fun with it. But it made world news, Ash, man. We're talking about something not freaking 10 years ago where you didn't even...
This is be bullshit. It can't be bullshit.
It can't.
Can't be plaster of Paris like I was talking about before. It can't be. It's got to be more than that.
It's got to be something, Ash, man. Like to me, I was very excited because it came across something on Monday, Tuesday. I first started hearing about it. We knew we were coming back this week to talk about it. And then all of a sudden I started to get on my phone. I'm starting to look at it. And it was all the major news outlets, not the UFO outlets, the major they were talking about this thing. They had the footage of the guy showing the aliens in Congress.
Scotty, there's going to be a download on this stuff. There's going to be all the players for the next week and a half at least while the iron's hot. You're going to have everybody talking about whether it's true or false.
But is this the first step, Ash, man? Is this the first? We talk about it,
think
and
so.
I'm going to go over it again and again. The US Congress, when they went out, I was so impressed with that. They put the hand up and they did all that sort of stuff. But we saw nothing, Ash, man. And I think I was either you or me said on the podcast, they need to wheel out a friggin' alien.
I said you wouldn't get an alien. I've already done my dough. I've already done it.
Yeah, and now, today...
I've done my dough. I get it. I've done my dough. Scotty's got some... It might be a nice scotch for you, Scotty.
I'm telling you right now, Ashman. They've wheeled out. This is what every UFO nut in the world has asked for, and they did it, Ashman.
I wish they were taller, Scotty. I wish they were more attractive. Their head size.
Ashman wishes they had a doodle and a vagina.
Look, I'm sad that they don't have genitals. I'm not sure with a guy without a jaw that can do something without a vagina. I don't even know where we go. How the hell did those eggs get in there? I can't work it out, but it might be element 115.
I'm going to drop the F-banger. That's fucking great.
Might be element 115, Scotty. I don't know what those eggs are, but
But we got what we wanted.
Your old mate, he'll be on the stories as
We
well.
got what we wanted, Ash, man. They finally wheeled out a friggin' alien, and we're all doubting it.
Well, Scotty, I think it's good that you've been pushing hard to get it, and I think you've got it your way. I think
I spent hours doing the paper mache.
I think the US have pushed back hard against their people.
Yes,
but,
they did, and that's disgusting. But
you might have a bit of a win this week, and credit to you. And
we're right bumping against the edge again. Ash,
it's been good to have a bit of a break. Scotty, what's coming up in the next week or two?
mate, we got heaps coming up, Ash, man. Like we're into what is it, week?
We're nearly
7? It's week 7 for us. So, hey, look, guys, thank you for tuning in again, man. We really appreciate your support. Hey, like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. And, hey.
Get your stories into us.
Yeah, get your stories back into us, man.
We need the local stuff. The local stuff carries all the weight. So.
Yeah.
All right, and, hey, we're
done. That's us again, mate, Shane.
We're done on number 7, Scotty, and that's the big one to get through. So
that's the big dog telling us we're done.
Thanks to all us guys, and we're out of here. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, Scotty.